Hello, my paper peeps. Today I will be sharing 5 creative ways to use wax seal stamps in your crafting. So let's get started. I love wax seal stamps because they are one of the best ways to add glam, 3D effect, and just beauty to your crafting. The original purpose of wax seals was to authenticate a document or to prevent interference with a package or envelope by applying a seal which had to be broken in order to open the container. In this modern day, we still gravitate towards the old, but we use it in different ways, more specifically to add interest and dimension to our crafts. Why not? There are a ton of wax seal stamps out there and the possibilities are endless. Here's the first. Number 1, I call this the tab. Why not add wax seals to your scrapbook journals in this way? Instead of using your traditional brass tabs or scrapbook punch tabs or even sticky tabs, why not add a decorative wax seal like this to enhance your project? If you're going to use this as a tab, I would recommend using a silicone mat like this. This one can be purchased online. I'll place the link in the description box below. I find it just allows you to create multiple wax seals that are perfectly round. And in this case, you kind of want them to be. Now, purchasing this neat gadget is not necessary. There are several things you actually have lying around the house that you can use to achieve this look. And I have a couple of videos that show you how to create this perfectly rounded wax seal. I'm actually known as the wax seal girl. I had one of my crafting members come out and say, "You're like the queen of wax seals. Oh my gosh, we love you." Anyways, thank you. I don't consider myself the queen of wax seals, but apparently I do have a few tips and tricks up my sleeve. So go ahead and watch those videos if you want to know how to create some really cool wax seals. I'll put the links in the description box below, or you can see it here. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Christine, and I love to scrapbook journal. I am known for embellishing my scrapbook journals in a way that satisfies my need for crafting, as well as my joy of just simply journaling. The way I set up my journal allows me to do both with so much joy and pleasure. Here I used a 1-inch wax seal and this silicone mat. Then I used a 1 3/4 inch punch to create this tab section. I try not to have the wax seal stick out too much because I don't want it to interfere with the binding of this book. And I usually like to have any embellishments that I want to showcase sticking out of the top of the book, not out of the side. Now, you can do both, but I prefer not to. So in this case, I try to punch the hole a little more than 3/4 of the depth of the hole punch. Number 2, no cards in journals. Now, this one is kind of an obvious one. Everyone uses wax seals on envelopes, but in this case, I'm using the envelope as a pocket for prayer cards that I embellish with a wax seal. So it's more decorative in this situation. Number 3, the tag topper. Okay, this one is gaining more popularity. Instead of using ribbon for tags or bookmarks, I myself am gravitating towards using wax seal stamps to add interest to the top of my tags. And if you're new to my channel, my crafting community and I are currently in the Botanicals series, which is a compilation of videos that show you how to craft from scratch an interactive, colorful, and playful scrapbook journal like this. If you want to know how to make this no-sew scrapbook journal, I'll put a link to this one in the description box below. The paper I use is from my paper line, the Botanicals, that you can download. Oh, and just to let you know, any printables I create along the way is actually yours for free if you have already downloaded the initial paper line. Again, it's a process. Sometimes I just look at the journal and go, hey, I think we need some 3D tags, and I'll go and design those and put them online to share with you. So feel free to join me in my crazy pursuit of playing with paper. Okay, back to this tag. Sorry, I digress. We're in the amber collection of the Botanicals, so I found it fitting to create some yellow colored tags along with some inspirational quotes and sayings. So if you already have this paper line, these are all for you, and I'll send them to you in the next couple of days for free. Actually, you know what? I'm going to just have this printable available to everyone this time. Then if you're new, you can get a sneak peek of how I roll. So go down to the description box below for these freebies. But wait till the end of this video because I want to share how to use the paper line with these wax seals. Number 4, this is what I call the ephemera effect. In this journal, I used wax seals to support the rule of thirds in scrapbook journaling. And this is where you position elements in a way that draws the eye inward. I found that wax seals were perfect for drawing the eye towards a focal point, which in this case is an inspirational quote or Bible verse. It actually replaces your traditional scrapbook ephemera that you see with paper packs. So instead of using butterflies or other elements, you're using wax seals to enhance your journal pages. Number 5. I call this the art page. In my most recent video, I share how I create a DIY scrapbook journal from my paper line and add art pages and quote pages that you can journal around. Some of the art pages have either quotes or windows of dried flowers. Again, all these techniques are in the playlist at the end of this video. I used my recent addition of quote pages to adhere to the binding of this album, and all you need to do is use your 1 3/4 inch punch or a circle die to punch a hole in the center of this page. Again, in order to create that perfectly rounded wax seal, I used the silicone mat here. You'll need to add an insert to act as a backdrop to this art page. I just used some leftover paper from the line to do this. The key is to make sure that when you add this page, the spine doesn't show through. Here I'll use this paper addition to cover up the spine. By the way, I want to do a shout out to my paper peeps in South Africa. They are celebrating National Scrapbooking Day this month, and they will be using this paper line to scrapbook family history, personal mementos, photographs, newspaper clippings, artwork, and other memorabilia. This is when the country invites people to bring their talents together to celebrate the art of scrapbooking. So sending you lots of love from North America. Happy National Scrapbook Day to everyone in South Africa. Initially, I wanted to use this two-toned wax seal, but the creative juices started to flow. So instead, I'm going to use this one here, and I will show you in the next few videos how I will complete this art page. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're interested in more wax seal tips and tricks or neat ways of adding some interest to your scrapbook journals, then you'll want to watch some of these videos right here. Take care and we'll see you there. Bye! Oh my goodness, I almost burnt the house down. This is what happens when I try to be this neat little crafter. Usually, yes, there's wax everywhere, but I wanted to wipe it up with this alcohol wipe. And I almost burned the house down. Oh my goodness. Okay, so don't do this. Don't use an alcohol wipe and put it over an open flame.